Hi everyone, hope you guys are having a super week. Today we have Nilupul Gamage and Kushani Anuradha sharing their experience with us about camping. So without wasting more time, let's go ahead with the presentation. Nilupul and Kushani, you guys can start.
Yeah, thank you, Senior. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi, travelers. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Kushani, Associate QA Lead at Creative Software.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Nilupul, a senior software engineer at Creative Software. We both work for Team Unplug.
Yeah. So, let me start with how we got interested to do this Katakatha session today. About 3 months ago, we and our team went on a camping trip to Usangoda Beach. So it was an unforgettable experience for all of us. So here, today we are taking this opportunity to share our knowledge and experience from Usangoda Beach Camp and some other camping trips we have had with people who you guys are interested in traveling and camping. So we will share some tips and tricks with you also during this session.
Yeah. So we will be discussing about these key points today.
Yeah, we will give you an introduction to camping and reasons why we camp.
Yeah. Then how to select a campsite, which is very important, and what are the required equipment.
And finally, meal planning and how to plan the travel. So let's move on to the first topic.
Let me share my. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, introduction to camping.
Then how to select a campsite. Oh, sorry. This is not a nice slide.
Yeah, so I will explain first about how it is camping. First thing about camping is staying a night outdoor using a temporary shelter. So though we do this for fun, you may know that people who travel for longer days, they use temporary shelters and sleep outside the houses. So that's basically what camping is. So we will explain more about this with more real-world experiences. First, I will take Padayatra, a pilgrimage which happens from Jaffna to Kataragama Devalaya in every year. Hindu devotees walk from Jaffna to Kataragama for days, and they spend nights at Hindu kovils. So that's kind of camping. And also, you can say Adams Peak pilgrimage, which is very famous among young crowd these days. You know that there are 6 main routes for 6 known routes to climb Adams Peak, but 3 of them, especially Sandagalatanna, Dehandakanda, and Udamali border routes, are very difficult to travel within one day. So campers have to stay a night somewhere in the peak to get back to their home. So there also it's kind of camping. And also I can mention travel along a river. Earlier days, people used to transport goods using rivers. Then they had to camp beside riverbanks. Nilupul, can you tell us about Knuckles waterfall hunting?
Yeah. Knuckles Trail is the well-known, most difficult travel adventure in Sri Lanka. So if someone wants to visit and see all beautiful waterfalls inside the Knuckles forest, they have to stay 2 or more nights inside the forest. And there are also travelers have to do the camping. So as we mentioned, if the path is difficult to complete the travel successfully, people have to camp and rest and have a good sleep on their way.
Yeah. Also, another real-world example we can take is scout camps. It's a well-known one. So as you can see, camping means different things to different people. So let's talk about why we camp.
Okay, let me share.
So as software engineers, we have been mostly close with technologies and devices, and then also we are working inside buildings, home to office, office to home. That's our normal life is going on. So to disconnect from technologies and to connect more with nature, that's the main reason why we camp. Then, as I mentioned, the way of getting away from hassle of urban life, then to get closer to Mother Nature, and also we get the chance to explore new places when we camp, and it's a good opportunity to bond with family and friends. So we'd like to mention that camping is a budget-friendly vacation, and we get to experience variety of outdoor activities while we camp, and it's a great way to reduce stress. Other than this, we can tell that it's the best way to collect memories and improve our skills and self-confidence when we do camping. So this picture, I would like to explain a bit. This was taken at 2 a.m. from Usangoda Beach Camp. We were playing Uno this time in the night, and it was very fun night for all of us, right, Nilupul?
Yeah.
Exactly. So let us move about this event.
Okay, let me. So, yes, Kushani, it was very exciting, and so shall we talk about our camp at Usangoda now?
Yeah, sure. So when we were planning, we had like few other suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Other than Usangoda. So, but we picked this because this location was very convenient and it matched all our criteria for the camping trip.
Yeah, today during this session, we will share our experience regarding how we select a campsite, how the transportation was arranged, and how the meals were prepared, and how the time and budget was managed, kind of thing, those things.
Yes, Nilupul. Remember, it was some of our team members' first camping experience, and they said it was really good for them. So we believe at the end of this session, you will get an idea how to plan an exciting camping trip.
So let's talk about how to select a campsite. So
Just
okay.
So there are these criteria considered when picking a campsite.
First one is location.
Secondly, we have crew who are joining the trip. Then the transportation.
And we also have considered the weather and climate.
Then the facilities at the location. Also, remember we referred some of the experiences shared among social media by other people.
Yeah. Finally, how to handle the risks. Okay.
Yeah, then select a campsite as first topics. There are so many ideal locations in this beautiful island where campers can camp. But here, so here we will give you some of the categories that what Sri Lanka has.
I think my slide is missing. We have a campsite. Let me, sorry guys. Yeah, we have beaches, mountains, national parks, lakes, waterfalls, and trains. And
other than this, you can camp beside rivers also.
So let's look at some of the places, pictures, and nature. Sorry. Next. Okay.
Yeah, for beaches, we can mention this like Usangoda, which is in Ambalantota, Blue Beach Island, which is in Dikpella.
Batharangodu is Kalpitiya.
Panama Beach in Arugambe, then Delphi Island, which is in Jaffna.
Yeah, and there are over 50 mountains in Sri Lanka. Some of them are popular for camping. Here are some names. Harthakanda in Nuwara, Wangitigala in Belihundoya.
The famous Alla Rock, which is in Alla. Then Narangala is in Badulla.
And Yahangala in Ududumbara, and of course it's which belongs to Knuckles Range. Yeah.
And also Sri Lankan national parks are also famous. Even ones like Vaskamua, Vilpattu, Yala, Udawala, you can camp there with the permission.
Yeah, and next is Wemathan in Kandy Medamahanura and Kalaweva in Kakirawa, and Udawala Lake in Amilipitiya are examples for lake where there are campsites.
Yeah, another two lakeside campsites are Bellwood and Sorabora in Mahayangania. Bellwood is in Kandy, Sorabora is in Mahayangania. Then waterfalls?
Yeah, waterfalls are most famous for camping in the camp travelers. So we have Gartmouth Falls in Muskelia and
the pond.
Not Bomber Falls.
Bomber Falls.
Bomber Falls in Valley.
Yeah. Also, we couldn't mention Hadapan Falls, which is in Rakwana. Yeah. And Diluma Falls, you may know about Diluma. It is in Koslanda. Dumbara Falls in Knuckles and Garandiella, the Dumbara.
Yeah. Next one for the plains.
We can mention
Horton Plains in Nuwara and Chariot Path in Usalla.
Yeah, Gavaravila in Muskelia and Punagala are another two places that if you are interested in camping in plains. So these are just only honorable mentions which are famous among Sri Lankan travelers.
Yeah.
So
let's
talk about why we picked Usangoda.
Yeah,
so it's mainly the preference of a team. Our team members, we had newbies, new campers who hadn't had any experience before. So they and other people preferred easy access to the campsite from a vehicle park. And also they did not prefer mountainside, the upcountry, because recently we had some visits to hill country, Sri Lanka. So they preferred beachside. So Usangoda was the most convenient one place for all of us. So let's go to the next slide.
Yeah. Next slide. The crew.
Yes.
Then shall we talk about the crew? And let me
about the crew. We have three categories, mainly depending on the number of people who joins the camping trip. Solo camping is mostly famous among Sri Lankan young travelers, and there are couples who does camping, and also the most common one is group camping, as like that we did in Usangoda. So, next one, yeah.
Crew. Yeah.
We talked about the crew.
Okay.
Next one.
Transportation. The crew.
Crew.
Okay. Let me share. The next one is so transportation. Let me share this one. We have technical issues, guys. That's why we go to the portfolio presentation. Then more to
the transportation.
So
can you explain about the transportation in Nilupul?
Yes, Kushani. We basically divide transportation into two categories. There are private and public. Public transport is buses and trains, and public transport is buses and trains, and private transport methods are like bike, cars, off-road vehicles, and other private vehicles. And if you are planning to do camping in the island, you have to use boats.
And also, if you are traveling through a river, also you may have to use a boat. And so these are pictures of our crew going to Sangoda that day. We used our private vehicles and some of them used bikes. So we divided into different vehicles with the whole team, and we were traveling through cars mostly.
Yeah. Oh, Kushani, could we could not reach a campsite by the vehicle itself. We had to park our cars in the village and would then walk to campsite carrying our bag.
Yes, I remember. So shall we move to the next one?
Yeah, sure. It's the weather and climate. That one, yeah.
Yeah, it's another very important thing to consider when it's come to selecting a campsite. We have to consider that the facts before going camping. The main things are like, there are 4 main facts. Those are rain, humidity, temperature, and wind.
And Kushani, rain is the enemy for the camping.
Yep. Of course, Nilupul. In Sri Lanka, we have 2 monsoon seasons. So when we are selecting a campsite, we need to consider the rainfall and try to avoid rain as much as possible. And if you're planning to camp in hill country, you should have to consider humidity because of the mist, and then the temperature also. And if temperature wise, we have to consider that also in beach areas. The weather can be too hot. And also the wind is a disturbance for campers because mainly we are using tents to sleep. So I think it's enough about the climate. Let's move to the next.
Yeah. Next one is facilities and facilities. Kushan, can you explain this?
Yeah. So wherever you select a campsite, make sure you have access to fresh water. Otherwise, you have to carry water on your own to stay hydrated and prepare meals.
And since we use temporary shelters, we are unable to access the electricity from campsite. Therefore, we have to bring torches, lighting, and lighting equipment and power banks.
Also, in some campsites, there is no cellular coverage, so we are unable to use our mobile phones as usual. So we won't be able to take phone calls and use internet. Then, when you are selecting a campsite, we have to plan with these limitations, and that should not affect our camping trip. And also, we need to mention that the washroom facilities are not there in the campsite area, normal camping areas. So we have to consider that limitation too. So next one.
Next one is we have references.
Yeah.
We can use social media, travel reports, and maps. Refer more details about the campsite. And we can ask friends who have arrived there earlier about their experience.
Yes, and Nilupul, do you remember 2 weeks before our camping trip to Sangoda, you went there and you got some video footages and shared with us, showed us how the location is and how we should arrive there.
Yeah.
So it was really helpful to plan ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Kushani. So before going that time, I watched some Sangoda camping videos through YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. Good. So what's next?
What's next is next one is risk management. That is critical point.
Yes, Nilupul. Since camping is closer to nature, we may get visits from snakes, wild animals, insects, different kinds of insects and birds during our camping trip. So we need to find firewood and make bonfire to prevent such visits. So we have to consider that fact before selecting a campsite.
Yeah, Kushani, true. And I would like to mention here, when climbing mountains, the ground can be slippery or slopey. So we have to wear suitable footwear for mountain climbing.
True. Also, another thing about mountain climbing, in the top of a mountain or a plain, depending on the weather condition, lightning could happen and there can be damages. So we need to be very careful about that too.
Yeah, that's why we mentioned about the weather and climate.
Yes, Nilupul. About that weather again, if you are selecting a beach, a campsite, stay away from high tide if you are taking a boat ride. Regarding Usangoda Beach Camp, we arranged a bonfire when we did not face any risk from animals or anything else. Only crabs were there running around the shore, so we did not consider them as a threat to us.
Yes. Yeah, so we covered 7 criteria under the selected campsite. The next topic is
required
equipment.
First, we have first aid.
Well, we have first aid. Let me share. So,
this is a very important to take with you the first aid bag if you have prepared one. On your camping trip, you may meet with small accidents and you may get leech bites and you might get sick. So those kind of things you will need emergency medical treatments. So make sure that you have a small package for first aids. It should contain things like Panadol or painkillers, then some betadine, Dettol plasters, different kind of balms, bandages, or any other medicine or tools that you can carry for emergency medical treatments.
Yeah.
Well, the most important thing about camping is tents.
Yeah, this is tents. There are two we can like this categorize two categories tents, manual and automatic. And automatic tents are easy to set up and but it heavier. And tents are different. Tents have different capacities: 2%, 4%, 6%, and 8%. And also tents are made from different materials. Some of tents are waterproof, and some of tents are water resistant. Also, there are 1-layer and 2-layer tents. Okay, so we will show the tent setup done by setup is done using short videos. How to set up? Let me play this one. So this is how an automatic tent is set up. Let me play. Post. Let's move to manual tents videos. I thought we didn't hear
Tapping the automatic tent, right?
Okay. Yeah, next one is manual tent. We can see how to set up in manual tents. Let me play.
So the tent has the ground sheet itself.
Yeah, this is yellow. We can talk about this slide.
To the ground, 6 feet away from blowing in the wind.
Yeah. So next topic is tent accessories. About we need ground sheet for the prevent water and dust coming into the tent, and weather cover is used as a roof for the tents. And other items are tents bag, tents walls, and those things. And at our Sangota Beach Camp, we use 6 tents, 5 automatic, 5 manual tents, and 1 automatic tent for the group of 18 people. And let's move next slide. The cooking items. Yeah, this is a one that it's important if you are planning to prepare meals. The cooking items.
Cooking gadgets.
Cooking gadgets. Yeah, we have.
So this is the gas stove.
Yes, yeah. This is this is gas stove, and this is gas canister, and this is kettle and frying pan and saucepan, and this is barbecue machine. Yeah. Another one is other utilities. Under the other utilities, we have lead socks, sleeping bag, torch, head mount torch, and raincoat. Yeah, those things are we need for the camping. Sleeping bag mostly used for under cold weather, and this and also you will need lead socks if you are climbing a mountain in rainy area. These socks can save your legs from leeches. And as you mentioned, since we don't have any electricity, we need torch and head mount torch to light the campsite area. If you are traveling to a rainy or misty area, you can't forget the raincoat. These are in few utilities we need for camping. For the beach camping, we only need one thing, only torch.
Torches, yeah. From these items, we only needed the torch.
Yeah. Okay, next slide. Okay. Yeah. Can you Kushani explain this one?
Yes. Yeah. Very important to mention before you leave for camping, make sure all the equipment are properly working. Otherwise, you will get you can't fix them at the campsite because the tools are not there. And also, we need to mention about videography and photography tools. So normally, we know as travelers, we can only leave footprints, but nothing. Yeah. But you can get better, gather memories. You can gather memories and moments with nature. As with in your videography and photography. So therefore, before leaving home, make sure that your equipment, photography and videography equipments are working fine. And we must mention this here, then when you are doing videography or photography, make sure that you follow government rules. There are areas that the government does not allow you to video or photo. So also we need to mention that there can be animals. You must make sure that you are not disturbing them, their life cycles, and also if there are villagers around, you should not disturb them too with your photography and videography. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Next,
next slide. Let's move next slide. This is another important
one. Yeah.
Meals.
Yes, depending on the time you are planning to stay at the campsite, you can plan your meals. Normally, dinner is cooked at the campsite. Morning and evening tea or coffee can be made at the campsite, and you can have energy drinks, soft drinks, and snacks while you are on the way to the campsite too.
Yeah.
So it's good to have some fruits there.
Yeah. Let's move to
next one. Yeah. We have foods. Yeah. So here are some of the images that you and of the food that you can make at your campsite. So first you have fruit platters, and then you can fry eggs or boil eggs, and you can add eggs to your meal. And also, if you're interested, you can have instant noodles too. And if you're having a barbecue, you can have chicken, seafood, sausages, breads, corn, and potatoes, and any vegetable that can be cooked easily.
Yeah.
At our camp trip at Usangoda, we made evening coffee and morning tea. Also, we did a barbecue for dinner, and in the morning we fried eggs and had garlic bread. Yeah. So last but not least, let's move to the travel plan.
Yeah. This is.
So we mentioned that camping is a budget-friendly vacation. So you will need money for food, transportation, and you may have to buy tickets for parking and at entering a camp site. So you have to plan your budget depending on your crowd. And also you may have to rent equipment for your camping event. There also you need a budget. Yeah. So can you open the
okay. Then we go on to some photos. Yeah.
Yes, the mouse.
Let me.
Yeah. This is our budget plan for Usangoda camping trip. We went on 11th February and stayed the night there. 12th we came back home. So here are the items we listed for that we'll require at the camping trip. There are tents and food items and all the other equipments that Nilupul mentioned earlier. And then we divided them between whether we are renting them or whether we are bringing them from home. Also, if we need to buy them, we marked like that. And we assign them to responsible people to have a look at whether they are covered on the day, before the day. And also we mentioned the quantity and we calculated the cost. So like this, we could do this 18 people camping trip with amount like this. And
each of person, I think 6,000 maybe.
Yeah. So then that I think, yeah. So here we have these are the meal plans. We had dinner. We had we mentioned barbecue. So these are the dinner plan, and this is the breakfast plan. And we had a fruit punch there. This is also mentioned. So all the things are covered in this needed item list. And yeah, this is a travel plan. We showed you earlier that we went on our private vehicles. So team was divided between these vehicles and we could easily travel there. So I think that's enough about
location details.
Yes, the location details. Good. So these are the location details we also shared with our crew. As we mentioned, we left Colombo in the morning, and by lunch we needed to be at Usangoda. We had lunch there in a restaurant nearby the Usangoda beach campsite. this is this restaurant, and then we went to the campsite, walking from there.
Yeah.
Can you slide? Yes.
I think we have.
Yeah, let's talk about clothes then. Yeah.
Yeah, we have considered the walking distance. Sorry, not clothes.
Oh. Oh yes, yes. That's about the time. Let's talk about that in the time.
Yeah.
Walking distance.
Yeah, not time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally we have to wear lightweight clothes for my camp. Should not carry heavy clothes and to campsite. Depending on zone,
Yeah.
you can decide whether you want cotton clothes or wool clothes. Always remember to travel light.
Yeah, travel light. So next one is time.
Time.
Yeah, we must mention that travelers should reach the campsite minimum 2 hours before the sunset of the day, because it takes some time to set up tents and find firewood before night arrives. So reach the campsite in the evening, and you can plan your departure time from home depending on the time that you want to reach the campsite.
Yeah, we have to consider walking distance like the campsite and transportation time to calculate the departure time
from home. Yeah.
home. So we have to make sure that meals are covered during the trip.
Yes. Yes. So and it's all about the planning. I hope you got an idea and that you will get you got a better understanding how to plan the trip basically. So shall we play our video we took from Sangoda?
Yeah, maybe. Can.
So this this is how we spend the day there.
2 days.
1 night.
1 night.
What? Yeah. I'm giving sunset. Then I start making the dinner. So we had a vegetarian in our team, so we cooked corn. We are making breakfast at that time.
They are.
No. So Nilupul took his video footage from his phone and for program. Please.
Yes, iPhone.
Yes, so I think you guys got an idea about how we spend our day at Sangoda. And also we gave you some tips and tricks to plan another camping trip, not a beach one, but somewhere else in Sri Lanka.
There's so many categories:
Yeah.
mountains,
Yeah.
lakes.
Do you have any questions? We have to give you any answer.
Yeah.
Looks like there are no questions. Like, yeah.
Yes, it's not questions. Audience.
Thank you very much. For this joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much, all. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nilupul. Thank you, Kushani, for the lovely session and sharing your experience with us. Hope everybody enjoyed the session. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
And happy Vesak.
Happy Vesak, everyone.
Happy Vesak, everyone.